Hello students, good morning. How are you? I think you will well at home, and I hope that you are watching videos, and watching after you can decide about the topic. Today I shall discuss about the topic voice, passive voice, and I have already taught active passive voice in previous classes, and I think and according to me you will have no any problem if you will have looked the videos, because each and every concept, each and every structures have been taught by me. So firstly you will have to catch the sentence. The sentence is taken from which part of the tense form. After that you will have to decide how you will change that sentence into passive. If you have no any idea about that, then a lot of problem will create in front of you. So I mean to say, I want to give you a piece of advice. Firstly you will have to maintain the structure of passive, maintain the structure of tense. After that you will feel a lot of relaxation. Without structure, without rules, if you are going to solve passive, you are going to solve tense form, then you will be in problem in future and nobody can save you. So I mean to say, and I am telling again and again, you will have to focus on it without any hesitation, without any doubt. If any doubt creates in front of you, then send a message on school mobile phone, and after that each and every doubt class will be classified by the teachers. So it is your duty, and this matter depends on you, how tackle the rules and the concept which is provided by the teachers, not only in English but also in science and maths. In all circumstances you should watch regularly. Okay, now we shall discuss about the remaining topic of active passive, and today we shall discuss about future tense because before this I have taught present and past, and in present tense three sentences will be changed into passive, that will be indefinite form, continuous form and perfect form. So 3 in present and 3 in past and now 2 in future. You can change only 8 sentences into passive which is based on tense form. So in present 3 form you will 3 sentences you can change, in past also 3 sentences you can change, and in future we shall learn how it will change into passive. Number 1, future indefinite. Future indefinite. So firstly we shall calculate, we have to analyze the sentence is related from future indefinite or not. Once you understand the sentence is relating with future indefinite, then you will have no any problem to solve into passive form. So I am writing here example number 1. I shall teach you, and how we shall analyze this sentence is in the form of future indefinite. So it is main things and main topic. So firstly, break the sentence, divide the sentence, and dividing after you will have to analyze the sentence is going to tally with the structure of future indefinite or not. If it is tally with the structure of future indefinite, then you can tell the sentence is taken from future indefinite, and according to the concept, according to the rules of future indefinite passive, you will have to change that sentence easily. Understand? So, breaking after, I shall get the following one. This is subject and this is shall, and this is first form of the verb and this is object. And according to me and according to you also, because you have got a lot of ideas about the tense, so according to the process and according to the pattern of future indefinite, you can tell it easily the sentence is in the form of future indefinite. Understand? So no any problem, because subject is coming, shall is coming, shall after first form is coming, and object is coming. So this is the structure of future indefinite. So I can tell this is the sentence related with future indefinite. Now we have to change into passive. How I can solve it into passive? Because this is active, and I have already taught the definition of active and passive, and through that concept you can decide the sentence is in active form or passive form. Now this is future indefinite and we have to change into passive form, and according to the rules of passive we have to change O is equal to S plus shall, will plus be plus third form plus by plus S is equal to O. This is the structure you have to follow whenever you are going to convert the sentence into passive. Without this concept, without these rules, you can't change that sentence into passive because you have no any idea about that. So firstly, I want to tell you, you will have to handle it because it is necessary, and by the help of this structure we can change that sentence into passive very nicely, and I think without any hesitation we can change it accurately. So O is equal to S means object comes into subject place, and S is equal to O means subject comes into object place, and this is the theme of that writing. Okay, now after that we have to use shall and will according to the nature of the sentence, and shall will after be we have to use. Understand? Because if we are not using BEB, then we can't write third form of the verb after shall will, because English grammar tells shall will after always first form of the verb we have to apply. Now we are in passive form, and passive always takes third form of the verb, so it is essential for me how to change into passive. So we have to use BEB, and be after third form have to use. Otherwise, if we are not going to use BEB and without be we are going to use third form in the sentence, then we are totally wrong. I am telling you, you are 100% wrong. So always focus on that structure. According to the structure we can solve it easily. And mark my point and listen to me and look here how I am going to solve it according to the concept and according to the rules. Now object is this, and now we are writing U and you after shall and will we have to use. So according to subject you, I have to use will. You will, VEB. Third form, teach is verb. So the third form of teach is taught. Taught by S is equal to O. So subject is I here. So we will shall have to change into objective form. So it will be me. So you will be taught by me. Understand? The active is I shall teach you. The answer of passive, you will be taught by me. Second example, he shall, he will beat you. First example from shall and second example from will. And according to the rules of passive, we have to turn the sentence into passive. So this is object and this one comes into subject place. So answer will be you के साथ will लगेगा. According to you have to use will after be after third form, beaten, beaten. Beaten by, he is equal to him. Any question? Any doubt? I mean to say it's very clear after understanding the rules and facts. Only two things we have to remember whenever we have to change the sentence into passive. Number one, the sentence is related from which part of the tense, and number two, the passive concept. According to the passive concept, we can change it very easily. So this is future indefinite and this is future indefinite passive rules, and according to these rules we can change any future indefinite into passive. Understand? Now number two, future perfect, future perfect, future continuous. In passive you can't form future continuous passive. So future perfect we have to learn, we have to read how future perfect turns into passive. We have to watch it, we have to look it. So I am writing example, and through example we shall try to understand the form of active and passive of future perfect. So here example I am writing, I shall have taught English. Firstly, we shall catch, we have to analyze the sentences in the form of future perfect or not. If it relates from future perfect, then we can change it into passive very easily according to the concept of future perfect passive. So it is our duty how to catch the sentence is related from the following parts. So break it firstly, and I mean to say this is subject, subject after this is shall, shall after have, and have after third form of the verb, and third form of the verb after object. And it's my guarantee, this is the structure of future perfect. You can't add anything more in this structure because it is already tested. So subject after shall, shall after have, you can't use has in the sentence. whenever you will be in future perfect, remember it, and have after third form and third form after object. Understand? So each and every thing is given. So according to the concept of this, we can tell this is future perfect. समझ गए हमारी बात को? Now we have to change into passive, and what will be the structure of passive for future perfect? We have to look here. We have to watch, understand, and turn into passive. To this sentence, I shall have taught English. So once again, I am writing the structure of passive, and you have to follow this particular rules. By the help of these rules, we can turn the sentence into passive if the sentence is relating with future perfect. Clear? So rules is equal to O is equal to S plus shall will plus have been plus third form plus by plus S is equal to O. Very easy. O is equal to S, S is equal to O. This is common. And shall will, you can use either shall or will according to the nature of the sentence. You have to decide yourself. And this after have been, you have to use. It is must. You can't use has been. Only have been you have to apply, especially in future perfect. Clear? And have been after third form of the verb, and third form of the verb after by, and by after S is equal to O. If you are doing this for the future perfect passive, then I mean to say, and I can give you 100% guarantee, you will 100% correct in the world. Clear? So I shall have taught English, and what will be passive? According to the structure of passive, we can solve this sentence into passive voice. So this is object, and we can write it in subject place. So English will have been third form taught by S is equal to O, I is equal to me. Understand? English will have been taught by me. Second example एक लेते हैं. She will have written a letter. You can tell easily this sentence is in the form of future perfect because subject after will after have after third form of the verb, and third form of the verb after object is coming. So without any hesitation, we can tell the sentence is relating from future perfect, and according to the rules of passive of future perfect, we have to change into passive. We have to change it. So O is equal to S, a letter is object here. So answer will be a letter will have been written by C is equal to her. मैंने फर्स्ट क्लास के वीडियो में जब वॉइस स्टार्ट किया था तो सब्जेक्ट फॉर्म को ऑब्जेक्ट फॉर्म में जब लिखते हैं तो हमने सारा चार्ट बना करके लिख दिया था कि आपको सी मिलेगा तो हर लिख देंगे, ही मिलेगा तो हिम लिख देंगे, दे मिलेगा दम लिख देंगे, वी मिलेगा अस लिखेंगे, आई मिलेगा मी लिखेंगे. तो इस तरह से हम लोग उसको चेंज करते हैं. तो ये बहुत ही मस्ट है कि हम उसको याद रखें, उसका प्रैक्टिस करें. जब तक हम उसका प्रैक्टिस नहीं करेंगे, जब तक समझेंगे नहीं, पढ़ेंगे नहीं, तब तक प्रॉब्लम होता रहेगा और समझ में कम आएगा। सो स्लोली आप इसको समझने की कोशिश करेंगे तो आपको समझ में ज़्यादा आएगा और डाउट क्लियर होते जाएगा। सो नेक्स्ट सेंटेंस, टेंस इज फिनिश हियर, टेंस इज फिनिश्ड हियर। सो वी हैव टू रीड read exception, and in exception we have to read imperative sentence. The first class will begin with imperative sentence. So I mean to say, what is imperative? It is must for all of you, and you are reading from his childhood about the sentences: assertive, interrogative, imperative, optative, and exclamative. Here we have to talk about the form of imperative sentence. So what do you mean by imperative? It is must. Without understanding we can't form and we can't change the passive form of imperative. So I mean to say, according to definition, you will notice and you will understand the fact of imperative sentence. तो दुनिया में जितना भी सेंटेंस है जो वर्ब से स्टार्ट हो, क्या चीज़ से स्टार्ट हो? वर्ब से स्टार्ट हो। देखो भैया, वर्ब के बारे में मैंने एक क्लास एक वीडियो और दिया है 9-10 को। वर्ब का मेजर रोल है, क्योंकि वर्ब सब जगह वर्ब का रोल नहीं करता है, कहीं कहीं सब्जेक्ट का रोल में भी आ जाता है। जैसे एग्जांपल हमने कहा दिया, पढ़ना एक अच्छी आदत है। पढ़ना तो भैया वर्ब है, लेकिन यहाँ सब्जेक्ट के रोल में है, तो हम उसको किस तरह से यूज करेंगे ये हमने वीडियोज दिया हुआ है, उसको आप देखें। क्योंकि किसी तरह का डाउट हमको नहीं मिल रहा है, आपके माध्यम से भी नहीं मिल पा रहा है, तो इसका मतलब ये होता है कि आप उसको समझ रहे हो अच्छी तरह से। तो सारा क्लास बेस्ड ऑन है सब्जेक्ट वर्ब ऑब्जेक्ट के ऊपर ही। अगर इस बात को आप ध्यान दोगे तो आपको समझ में आएगी, और हम लोग तैयार हैं आपके डाउट क्लास को क्लियर करने के लिए, बशर्ते आप इन्वेंशन ना करो। इन्वेंशन अगर करते हो तो आप खुद परेशान होगे और उससे कोई फ़ायदा नहीं होगा। जिस तरह से 3 क्लासेस सिंस के ऊपर हम दे चुके हैं, और 3 क्लास में जो है सो डाउट पूरा फर्स्ट क्लास में ही क्लियर था, फिर सेकेंड में भी क्लियर किया गया, थर्ड में तो कोई बात ही नहीं। आप आराम से वीडियोज देखोगे, हर एक कॉन्सेप्ट उसका क्लियर है। उसके बाद आपका जो रिक्वायरमेंट है वो रिक्वायरमेंट में जो है सो वेरी नहीं करता है सिंस, और लॉजिकली कंटिन्यूस फॉर्म में, परफेक्ट कंटिन्यूस फॉर्म में जैसे हम लोग यूज करते हैं पास्ट में और फ्यूचर में, वो करते आएंगे। पास्ट में क्वेश्चन करते हो आप पास्ट परफेक्ट के लिए, तो आई मीन टू से आपके पास पास्ट का नॉलेज इसका मतलब ठीक से नहीं हो पा रहा है, या फिर आप पढ़ते नहीं हो। अंडरस्टैंड? तो आप उसको थोड़ा ठीक से पढ़ो, ठीक है। अब आगे बढ़ते हैं इम्पेरेटिव के लिए। दुनिया में जितना भी सेंटेंस होगा जो क्या चीज़ से स्टार्ट होंगे? वर्ब से। क्या चीज़ से स्टार्ट होंगे? वर्ब से, और लास्ट में फुल स्टॉप रहेगा, उसको हम लोग इम्पेरेटिव सेंटेंस कहेंगे। ये देहाती भाषा में डिफिनेशन दिया। दुनिया की बात कर रहा हूँ, नॉट ओनली यहाँ का बात कर रहा हूँ, दुनिया की बात हो रही है। और दुनिया की बात में सेंटेंस अगर वर्ब से स्टार्ट हो गया तो वो सेंटेंस निश्चित रूप से क्या होगा? इम्पेरेटिव सेंटेंस होगा। देखिए, वर्ब कोई भी हो, रीड मीन्स पढ़ना होता है, दिस इज वर्ब। राइट मीन्स लिखना होता है, दिस इज वर्ब। गो मीन्स जाना होता है, दिस इज वर्ब। कम मीन्स आना होता है, दिस इज वर्ब। इट मीन्स खाना होता है, दिस इज वर्ब। तो हमने क्या कहा, जो ऐसे वर्ड से स्टार्ट अगर सेंटेंस होंगे तो क्या होगा? इम्पेरेटिव सेंटेंस होगा। जैसे हमने कह दिया रीड इट क्विकली, हमने एक लिखा रीड इट क्विकली, and we have to change this sentence into passive. Okay, sometimes after I will solve it, but firstly I have to notice it, the sentence is related from which part. So you are in exception. Exception means अपवाद, अपवाद, और इट इज़ नॉट बेस्ड ऑन टेंस। टेंस तो इससे पहले मैंने 8 पार्ट फिनिश कर दिए। अब हम लोग एक्सेप्शन में गए हैं, तो एक्सेप्शन में डिफरेंट काइंड्स ऑफ सेंटेंस के बारे में हम लोग पढ़ेंगे। डिफरेंट तरह के सेंटेंस होंगे, और इसमें जो है सो अकॉर्डिंग टू स्ट्रक्चर हम लोग आगे पढ़ते जाएंगे। तो पहला एग्जाम्पल हमने लिखा एक्सेप्शन का, और हमें ट्राई करके बताना है कि यह सेंटेंस इम्पेरेटिव है कि नहीं। So firstly we have to break the sentence to recognize the sentence is related from the following part of the sentence. So it's our duty and it is depends on us. So it is depend on us. It depends on us. So read I mean to say this is verb. This is verb. वर्ब से सेंटेंस स्टार्ट हुआ, हम कह सकते हैं यह सेंटेंस इम्पेरेटिव है। यह सेंटेंस कौन सा है? इम्पेरेटिव सेंटेंस है। 2 बजे रात में आदमी उठा करके बोलेगा वर्ब से स्टार्ट हुआ कौन सा सेंटेंस है, तुम बोलोगे इम्पेरेटिव, वो बोलेगा नहीं, बोलना इम्पेरेटिव है। फिर बोलेगा नहीं, 100 बार पूछे 100 बार बोलो इम्पेरेटिव है। अंत में वो इंसान बोलेगा यस यू आर राइट। अंडरस्टैंड? सो इसको बदलना नहीं है, इसको बदलना नहीं है। समझ गए बात को? चाहे तुम इस क्लास में पढ़ो, चाहे तुम 12 में पढ़ो, चाहे जहाँ भी पढ़ो, हमेशा इम्पेरेटिव सेंटेंस वर्ब से स्टार्ट होगा। ओके। और दूसरा जो है सो अकॉर्डिंग टू द बुक्स डिफिनेशन यू कैन टेल द सेंटेंस एक्सप्रेसेस कमांड ऑर्डर्स रिक्वेस्ट प्रेड बैक्ड इज नॉन टू इम्पेरेटिव सेंटेंस is called imperative sentence. So सबसे अच्छा कि the sentence begins with main verb and at last sign of full stop is given. I mean to say the sentence will be in the form of imperative sentence. It's clear? तो ये imperative sentence हुआ। दूसरा एग्जाम्पल भी लेते हैं। Do it, ये क्या है? Do क्या है? वर्ब है। वर्ब से स्टार्ट हुआ सेंटेंस, दिस इज इम्पेरेटिव। ये तो क्लियर हो गया ना? अकॉर्डिंग टू मी द सेंटेंस इज बिगिनिंग विद वर्ब, मेन वर्ब, सो आई कैन टेल इट इजली द सेंटेंस इज रिलेटेड फ्रॉम इम्पेरेटिव सेंटेंस, नॉट टेंस सेंटेंस, बिकॉज यू आर इन एक्सेप्शन। ओके। सो दिस इज सेंटेंस। तो इम्पेरेटिव सेंटेंस है। अब इम्पेरेटिव सेंटेंस का पैसिव हमें टर्न करना है, मतलब चेंज करना है। हाउ वी कैन चेंज दिस सेंटेंस इनटू पैसिव? दिस इज वेरी वेरी वाइटल। सो यू विल हैव टू फॉलो द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ पैसिव इफ द सेंटेंस इज रिलेटेड with imperative sentence. Understand? If the sentence is in the form of imperative sentence. So rules you have to follow. Let, L-E-T, let plus O is equal to S plus B plus third form. Understand? अब मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट क्या सोचेंगे, जो पैसिव में है तो बाई नहीं लिखा हुआ है रूल्स में, एस इक्वल टू ओ नहीं लिखा हुआ है रूल्स में. डोंट थिंक एनीथिंग मोर व्हिच इज नॉट गिवन इन द रूल्स. अंडरस्टैंड? इम्पेरेटिव में ना बाई होगा ना एस इक्वल टू ओ होगा. इम्पेरेटिव सेंटेंस में सब्जेक्ट होता ही नहीं है, सब्जेक्ट तो ओमिटेड होता है इम्पेरेटिव में, तो इसलिए उसके बारे में नहीं सोचना है. जो चीज़ नहीं दिया हुआ है वो नहीं होता है, इसलिए हमने नहीं लिखा है. अंडरस्टैंड? सो ऑलवेज फॉलो द रूल्स एंड फॉलो द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ imperative sentence, and always the passive will begin with let plus o is equal to s plus b plus third form, and I think our sentence will be correct. So देखिए हम कैसे बना रहे हैं इसको. रीड इट क्विकली. ये ऑब्जेक्ट है ना, ये एक्स्ट्रा वर्ड हो गया, क्विकली एक एडवर्ब है, तो तो एक्स्ट्रा के बारे में नहीं सोचना है, एज इट इज उसको रख देंगे। कई बार क्लास में भी ये चीज बताया हमने। तो आइए इसको बनाते हैं आंसर। तो लेट इट बी, थर्ड फॉर्म रीड का रीड ही होता है, रीड। ये दिस इज एक्स्ट्रा वर्ड, सो यू हैव टू मेंशन हियर क्विकली। डू इट, आंसर, लेट it be done, and calculate let o is equal to s coming, b coming, third form is coming. So I think this is correct 100%, and according to the rules you will have to convert into passive if the sentence is relating in the form of imperative sentence. Okay, thanks.